Hi, this is Tamra Oviatt with Sacred Activations. Thank you so much for joining us. What we're doing today is a couple of the Sacred Activation practitioners and upcoming teachers would like to share with you how Sacred Activations has changed their lives. Sacred Activations came about in 2012 when Creator of All That Is sent me to Europe, and I found myself in the Roslyn Chapel because Creator told me to go. And I was met by Lord Metatron there. I received these seals that allow me to do this work. And I'm totally amazed how it's changed my life. And I'm so excited to share it with you. And so we have a couple people here today. We're going to start with Patricia, who lives in Texas. And she's a sacred activation practitioner, I think, for about 3 years now. And she will be joining in our sacred activation teacher training, which you can do after you've become a practitioner and studied for a while. Patricia, if you could go ahead and share with us what your experience has been with sacred activations.
Well, I've seen it change people's lives. It changed mine definitely when I had a session with you, and you gave me an activation for family constellations, actually. And the private session had really nothing to do with my family, but you were just led to give me that activation. And at the time, my children, both my son and my daughter, were not speaking to me for different reasons. And the next day, my daughter contacted me after almost 2 years.
Wow.
So it's incredible. And using sacred activations with clients, I've seen amazing shifts in them. I'm working with a young man now who suffers from autism and some mental retardation, and the activations have calmed him down. His mom said he's so much calmer and easier to get along with, no more outbursts and that kind of thing. And working with his sister, who is a cutter and has some depression, and she's seen some amazing changes with it. And that's only one, that's only one. But I've seen sacred activations do some great things for people, and people love it. And what I've done sometimes is I'll put the activations on recordings of music that they enjoy listening to, so that they can listen to them while they sleep. That's what I've had to do for this young man who has autism, because it's so hard for him to concentrate and sit and just listen to a recording. Mm-hmm. So his mom plays it, as when he's going to sleep.
That's beautiful.
So it has been incredible. I have so many people who are so blown away by the activations. They're all impressed with them. Thank you very much for sharing them with us.
Oh, thank you very much for showing up and playing with me. Thank you for sharing your experience and your experience with your clients. Patricia is an upcoming sacred activations practitioner, teacher. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Okay, thank you.
Okay, if you could mute your line, I'd appreciate that. Humera, would you like to start now? Your line's muted, Humera, so unmute your line. And if you're on the phone and you're not sharing, please mute your line until it's your turn, because we're having some background noise. Okay, Humera, bottom left of your screen.
Can I share a little later after everyone's done?
Sure. Fen, Are you ready? Okay, Fen, go.
Right, I've unmuted myself, yay. Well, thank you so much, and thank you so much, Tamra. I connected with Tamra in the very early days of the Sacred Activations in 2012. And I hosted Tamra for the first practitioner training in Scotland. And my life has completely transformed. I'm a type 1 diabetic. I was diagnosed when I was 15. And running the Sacred Activations has really, really enabled me to balance my blood sugars. Whenever I go and see my consultant for my eye test, they're like, don't know what you're doing, but whatever you're doing, keep doing it. My eyesight has improved phenomenally. I'm back. I've had to change my prescription about 3 or 4 times. And each time I've changed it, it hasn't disimproved. It's in fact improved. So my eyesight is getting better. I've had clients who've had tremendous trauma, drama, chaos. I've had a client who had severe depression and had suffered from schizophrenia and had come back to me to say, thank you so much for saving my life. I've worked with children who've had severe anger issues as they go into adolescence. Hormones are flying all over the place, and the hormone imbalance and the yin and yang sacred activation has really, really supported many of my clients. I had a client about 2 years ago who was having humongous issues with their abundance. They were just on the verge of jumping off a bridge because they were so in debt, they had no money, they didn't know how they were going to pay for their mortgage and pay all their payments. And 5 days later, they received a check for £25,000.
Wow.
And another client of mine, after working with them on and off for a couple of years, they're like, hey, Finn, I wanted to share with you. Do you know what? I got a check for $35,000. And I bet you it was to do with the sacred activations. Also for me, I have, witnessed clients completely align with their divine and their sacred soulmate. And my own relationship with my family, as Patricia was talking about the family constellation sacred activation, that has really truly enhanced my relationship, not just with my close and immediate family, but also generated a wonderful connection with my soul family and my soul tribe. For me, sacred activations, if everyone on the planet did sacred activations, there would be no war, there would be no anger, there would be no rage, and there would be no call for war. And people would be in a really wonderful space of forgiving themselves. And I was blessed with a beautiful activation. It's called the Sacred Love Activation. And I know we're not supposed to do these activations when we drive, but I get that message, okay, today you run that activation while you're driving. And one morning, I had Archangel Michael come into my car and said, run the activation, because people were getting really cross and angry as we were doing the school run. As soon as I started running that activation, everyone transformed. The energy completely changed. People started being kind to each other. People would let each other out of the road because we live in a very busy thoroughfare in Edinburgh. And for me, it was just a first-hand experience of how quickly these energies work. For some people, the energies can take a little bit of time because it goes through thousands and thousands of belief systems, and many of us have got a serious amount of gunk that we've been carrying around for many lifetimes. And there are other people who are very beautiful, new, fresh souls. Animals love the sacred activations. I have worked on many clients who are animals. And generally, if I'm doing an event or I'm listening to Tamra on a recording, I have a little flora and wildlife that come and join and sit outside my back door watching me. So, for me, I feel that everyone should do the sacred activations, even if it is just to give them a try and just watch and witness your own miracles happen in your lives. And I'm so excited to be joining the teacher's class very soon with Tamra. And I'm so happy to be sharing this gift with the world. And thank you.
Thank you so much, Finn, for sharing. Yes, Finn and Humera. Humera is also on the call. We'll talk to her in a little bit. We're in my first Sacred Activations practitioner training. And I'm so thankful for you guys. I've got goosebumps all over. I love all of you. Thank you, Finn, for sharing. Rose, are you ready to share? Okay, Finn, if you could go ahead and mute your line. Okay, go ahead, Rose. And I met Rose 2 years ago. Actually, we haven't met. She joined into the Sacred Activation Practitioner training I was doing in Colorado in February 2014. So go ahead and share, Rose, what's gone on with you for the last 2 years.
Okay. Well, I actually agree with Finn 100%. If everybody did these sacred activations, we wouldn't see the craziness that we're seeing out in the world. Politicians would change. There would be no wars. So I agree with her wholeheartedly. I've been doing a lot of internal work for many, many, many years. I heard about Tamra through a friend of mine who gifted me a private session with her. And what I realized is that because I was no longer being very specific in guiding what I wanted to get accomplished, done, and I was trusting the sacred activation, the work went much deeper within me, and things got cleared that I had no idea that even needed to be cleared. So I find sacred activations to go deeper in clearing than any other work that I've ever tried. And trust me, I've been doing this line of work for almost 40 years now. So you name it, I've probably tried it.
Excuse me 1 second. There's two people on the line. You're not showing your photo, so we don't know who you are, so I can't call you out here. But please mute your lines. It's the bottom left-hand side of your computer. You're not muted. Otherwise, I would see it on the screen. Please mute your lines. You have a lot of noise in the background. Thank you, Rose. Please go ahead.
So the beauty of it is that it goes into a much deeper but yet much more broader, expanded manner of clearing. So when I first received that private session, I bought your basic, I think it's 26 sacred activations, and spent a weekend where I did nothing but listen to them. And I walked away feeling I was a completely new person.
Wow.
Yeah, it's things that I didn't even know was present was not there any longer. And it was almost as if my awareness was, before I did that, I was walking through life and doing what I needed to do. But it was almost like a blanket, for the lack of a better word, around me and over me that was keeping me down. And I didn't know what to ask or how to ask it in order to do the work to clear it. And the sacred activations just cleared it away. So this work has been very powerful for me. I gave a lecture to a women's group a couple of weeks ago, and one of the women came to me to receive a sacred activation privately. And her words to me was, the very next day after you did the sacred activation for the group, magic started happening for me.
Wow.
And that's one of the key things I want to express to people. Magic will happen. And if you think about the first time you listen to something, if magic is happening, what's going to happen if you listen to it several times over a space of time? So that's the reason why I find buying your activations and being able to re-listen to them over and over again is so powerful for me, and why I now record my sacred activations for my clients and send it to them for them to listen to it, because it just keeps going layer deeper and deeper and deeper. And I've just gotten some beautifully exquisite results with my clients. They break through immediately, quickly, without struggle, and it's a permanent breakthrough. It's permanent. You don't get that in a lot of things. So thank you. I am so honored that you're in my life, Tamra, and this work is now part of my work. And I am thrilled and excited to come out and see you in a few weeks.
Yay. Thank you, honey. Yay. Thank you. I love you. Thank you so much. All right, sweetie, mute your line. All right, so Finn, are you ready? There's 3 other people here. I'll open up the lines after. Do you want me to check out these other lines first, Humira? Are you ready to go? You ready? Yes or no? I can't hear you, so.
I can go.
Okay, go for it. Humira was also in the first class with Finn, and I got to hang out in Humira. I went to Turkey, and I got to know her some more there. And then, and as a matter of fact, the reason I went to Turkey is one of her clients she did sacred activations with invited me over, and she said, come over, come over. So I said, okay. And then I just got to see you again in September She joined me in France for a couple days, and it was absolutely lovely. And I'm so glad also in the teacher training. So please share with us your experience with sacred activations and how you feel they help your clients and yourself.
Okay, like you were saying, it was in 2012 when I first heard about the sacred activations. And when I first heard about the word, I felt so eager to come to Scotland and do this stuff. You know, something was really pushing me there. And then a couple of days you change your mind, and it was on the internet, so I didn't need to go. But I was really, really excited to get into the energy of it. And I've been doing them since, and they really helped me tremendously with me and my clients. One of the greatest examples was, I think it was a month ago, I was in traffic in Istanbul. It's like a 2 million city.
Oh,
and traffic was really stuck, and people were angry. I could feel the anger and the stuckness and everything. And I just had to go and do the I am stuck activation. And after that, I felt really, really calm and really nice, and the traffic started moving. That was really interesting to see. Yeah, and another one recently, I think it was a couple of days ago, I did the I fear my own power activation.
Good.
Yeah, fearing your own power activation. And that was really interesting to watch, because there was a whole lot of black smoke coming out of it. That was
Wow.
really, really interesting. So that was very interesting. I mean, I did it for myself and for a couple of other people, so it must be the whole group's energy. And so I'm getting a lot of results with the activations. And I'm really happy to go under the teacher's training and to see more results. And I really thank you for all the work you've done, Tamra, and look forward to more stuff.
Thank you, Humara. Thank you for sharing, and I can't wait to see really all of you again.
Yeah.
I love you guys. My family. Thank you, honey.
Okay.
All right, so we have Verdi on. Can you unmute your line if you would like to share? It's on the bottom left. There you go. Okay, hi.
Hi, Tamra. This is Verity.
Hi, Verdi. How are you?
Fine, thank you. I was one of those in the second to last class with the three master class, and then the practitioner, and then master's class. I wanted to know what really it is, because I heard some nice testimony from others. So I started working with that. And the only thing I can say right now, which is very amazing, was I had a warning for a foreclosure on my house, and I don't know what really to do about it. So I said, well, if everybody is talking nicely about this sacred activation, and I have some great accent, heavy accent, so I hope everybody can understand me. Anyway.
We can understand you fine, honey.
Okay. So I started doing the first 3 free activations. Then I went further and did about 4 or 5 of them. I was just very, very much frustrated. So I said, anything can do. I started doing it, and I was supposed to get into the foreclosure on the 5th of December. Then on the 4th midnight, they said it was cancelled. So I was
awesome.
I was just dumbfounded. So from there, I said, anything I can do with sacred activation, I would. So when you brought in the mastermind, I didn't even think about it. I just went in and click, put in my credit card number to go for it. So, and I'm here to see you, especially so that you can get some more help from you.
Oh, thank you. How are you enjoying the mastermind group?
Great. Really enjoying it.
Perfect. Thank you so much for sharing. Now, where are you from?
Ghana, West Africa.
Nice. Now, did you do the practitioner training or not?
Yeah, I did it. I did the
Okay, I thought
practitioner
so.
training, the masters, and the mastering the masters also.
Okay, that's what I thought you said. Okay.
Then I did the mastering me and all that you put out there. I went for it.
Awesome. That's so awesome. Thank you so much for joining and being a part of this call and in
Thank
our
you.
community. Thank you. Okay, go ahead and mute your line. 720, your phone number starts with 720 737. There you go. Hi, this is Tamra.
Hi, Tamra. It's Catherine.
Oh, hi, sweetie. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm awesome.
It's wonderful hearing all these amazing testimonials.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes.
So what would you like to share?
Oh, my goodness. How long do we have? I just feel so blessed that you came into my life. Tamra, actually, we have parties at our house about every 6 weeks with bonfires and potlucks, and Tamra actually wound up coming to my house.
In Colorado in
Yeah.
2014.
It was like completely set up by spirit. It was just amazing the way that because sometimes people come to the parties, I don't even talk to them, so obviously we talk and hit it off. And I've done, I think, all of the training, and things have changed for me financially and in my health-wise. And, I've worked with lots of different modalities, but this one is just so powerful. And I live in Boulder, Colorado, so there's a lot of energy workers here. There's a lot of people that feel energy, and, it never fails. The minute I even think about starting to run the activation and I can feel the energy, they immediately go, wow, this is real. I'm like, yeah. And with the addition of the esoteric acupuncture, oh my goodness, like that, there's just nothing like it. And I can see those patterns light up, and it just makes it really clear. It's very creator led. It's definitely, they decide, the guides decide, and they stop and start that energy, and it's just transforming people. And it's so beautiful because people have been, like has been said earlier, people have been doing work for years and years, and like they feel like they're stuck. And then we start doing this sacred activation work, this collective conscious work, and suddenly their life might shift really fast, and they might dump a lot of things fast. Could be a little rocky there, but then they're just like, wow, so much has changed. So it's really beautiful and such an honor to be working with this energy. And I just thank you so much, Tamra, for bringing it to us and sharing it with us.
Oh, thank you so much for Catherine for sharing, and thank you. Thank you very much.
You're welcome, honey.
Love you, dear. Okay, go
Love
ahead and
you.
mute your line. Now, 780 area code. 780 060. Hi, this is Tamra. Who is this?
Hi, it's Christine.
Hi, Christine. How are you?
Hi, I'm really good.
So what would you like to share? Now, Christine is the newest practitioner on this call, I think. You and Verdi.
Yeah, I've never been on one of these, yeah.
Well, you guys are new to the group somewhat.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Well, I've actually haven't used the sacred activations on other people that much in a long time. When I first did the course in the spring of last year, I did it at my house a couple of times, and I noticed a big change. But I'm really kind of going through my own stage of healing right now that is really exciting, and I'm just really delving into that, and just with the kids and trying to get into just really basic daily things. It may sound silly, but we had such a hard time with any routine because there was just so much energy always in the house. My kids are little masters, and there's always so much going on. So I just really want to get down to the basics and simplicity of life, and minimal items to have, and just basic schedules, grooming and eating properly and getting outside, and just all these basics. And I feel like I'm really excited because my son got up the other day and he just started in his routine on his own, started getting dressed and brushing his teeth. And it may sound silly, like it's so basic, but it's really exciting to me because I think once we get the simplicity back in our lives and get everything really grounded, then it's going to open up the way for all the magic to come in. Because we've just been too kind of so much going on all the time and not really grounded in a steady routine. So I'm excited about that. And I actually did the alchemy ones on myself because they were brought up in one of the sessions recently. I don't know. And I remember you kind of laughing, saying, yeah, I'm still working through those. And I thought, wow, I haven't done those activations in a long time. So I'm excited what's going to happen because I just did alchemy 3rd, 4th, and 5th the other day. And then it says don't do it for a couple of days, let the energies happen. So we'll see what kind of magic is going to come up for me.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much for sharing, honey.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, so it looks like that's everybody that is here. And I want to thank everybody for sharing, and we'll give you a link to this call. Max, do you want to share? I know I asked you to be on. Max is not a practitioner, but she's definitely listening to him all the time.
Hi, guys.
Hi.
I would totally be on video with you guys today, but you'll just see the top of my head. It's work hours for me, but I will be on the call Thursday, and I can do video then. It'll be after hours in the evening for me. So I didn't want to be rude and be looking down this entire time. I loved seeing everyone and putting a face to a name. And I guess that's all I wanted to say. If you guys have any questions for me.
All right. Thank you, Max.
I'm excited.
All right, thank you. Okay, so thank you everybody for sharing. Love you all, and have an amazing day.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome. See you soon.
Thank you, Tamra.
You're
Lovely
welcome,
to see
Pen.
you all.
Bye-bye.
See you soon. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Thanks.
Bye.